Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
It is a done deal for a discount store in a neighborhood just north of downtown. The Dollar Tree on North Main near San Antonio College went up in flames overnight.
But as Katrina Weber shows us, that raging fire alone is not what caused the walls of the business to tumble down.
Fire roaring out of control in the 2000 block of North Main signaled this was no instant flare-up. San Antonio firefighters believe it had been growing inside this Dollar Tree for some time.
Crews went inside, tried to get a stop on it, but it did have quite a bit of a head start on us. It burned unnoticed for quite a while.
After getting the call before 1 a.m., fire crews quickly got busy. They had their work and part of the roof cut out for them. It had begun to collapse. For hours, they sprayed the building with water. Then called for backup from a city crew with heavy equipment. Maybe a little too heavy. Eventually, the whole building was a bust. People heading out later couldn't believe their eyes.
And then I saw what used to be the store, and it was such a shock. It's so sad.
Laura Perry Samaniego had visited that building for decades, shopping at a variety of different businesses that occupied that space.
Old-fashioned five and dime that had the wooden floors.
Now the floors, walls, and windows all are history. While this store may have been known for discounted prices, people here say the value of this business was beyond measure for them. They say it's one of few options they had for shopping in this area.
And now everybody loves Dollar Tree, and it's a sad thing.
A tough blow for the neighborhood and a big challenge for investigators. They now have to sort through this rubble to try to find the fire's cause. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
If you have plans this weekend, a major road closure could get in that way.
Part of Loop 1604 on the north side will be closed. RJ Marquez has a look at the closure and how to get around it.
Well, we've already seen a ton of construction on the north side, and we're going to get a lot more headaches this week for drivers in that area. We are talking about a major closure that's going to be taking place here for drivers there, Loop 1604 at the Northwest Military Highway intersection. So this is going to be all shut down. We're going to start this construction here starting tonight at 9 p.m. and this is now going to run through Monday at 5 a.m. Originally it was going to be Sunday, but now we're running to Monday 5 a.m. So this is just going to be a big mess around the area. What they're doing is they're bringing in some beams for the bridge there over Northwest Military Highway. So let's explain a little bit what exactly is going to be going on. You see some of the arrows there. So basically drivers there on the westbound main lanes from Blanco Road, they're going to have to exit there right before the Northwest Military Highway entrance ramp, because there's going to be also some drainage crossing work that's going to be done in that area. So westbound traffic is going to be the exit from Blanco all the way to Northwest Military Highway. That's going to be all shut off there, and you're going to have to detour in that area. Okay, how about the eastbound traffic there? What we're looking at here is, again, the Northwest Military Highway exit ramps to the Northwest Military Highway entrance ramps. That's going to be shut down there. Again, a little bit of a shorter closure there for drivers heading eastbound. Westbound, it's going to extend all the way from Northwest Military Highway to Blanco Road. Eastbound, we're looking at Northwest Military Highway to West Bitters Road. So again, this is going to be taking place here tonight at 9 p.m. and going through Monday at 5 a.m. Again, trying to avoid the area if at all possible. Make sure you stay safe, and they may also have some officers out there directing traffic as well. So again, just stay safe, avoid the area, and hopefully you guys have a good weekend.
Oh, if you stay away from there, you might have a good weekend. But then if you go outside, it might not be all that great because it's so stinking hot.
Yeah, it's still going to be plenty hot this weekend, and we're going to see more scenes like this. Blue skies, sunshine, very similar to what we were looking at this time yesterday. Already climbing into the 90s for a good portion of south central Texas. And you guessed it, we've got another triple-digit day on tap for most of us as well. So let's get you a look at those current conditions outside. Again, clear skies here in San Antonio. But because of all that sunshine, we already have a lunchtime temperature of 95 degrees. Still do have a little bit of humidity in the air right now. That will once again drop off later on this afternoon. So it does feel like 98. Current temperature in New Braunfels already 97, feeling like 102 degrees. Now, as we advance on in time throughout the remainder of this Friday, wrapping up the work week and getting ready to kick off the upcoming weekend, we are still going to hold on to more sun. Forecast high of 105 here in San Antonio, and and it will be breezy later on this evening. Winds out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting upwards of about 20 miles per hour. So because of that, fire danger is going to stay elevated as well. Now, as we head into the upcoming weekend, for the most part, our heat high is still in control, so the triple digits will continue. And because of that, fire danger, yes, HISA will need to practice fire safety. Into next week, though, we are still expecting that Gulf of Mexico tropical wave to push farther westward. It could fling some tropical moisture into at least parts of South Texas, and we'll also have an update on what that could mean for rain chances in our neck of the woods. All those details coming up in just a few.
Thank you. We'll look forward to that. Still no word on who's behind a shooting on the southwest side that left 3 men hurt. This noon, 2 of those people are in critical condition. Police say it all started last night with a fight at an apartment complex on Mayfield Boulevard, not far from South Park Mall. Officers were called to investigate a shooting, and when they arrived at the scene, they found shell casings but no victims. We're told 3 men were hurt, drove themselves to a nearby hospital. Police don't know who pulled the trigger or why.
And a reminder, the city is still holding town hall meetings to make sure everyone has a chance to learn about its latest budget proposal and voice their opinions. There's one taking place at 10 tomorrow morning at the Millers Pond Community Center. That's on Old Pearsall Road. 2 more meetings are happening next week. We have all the information on KSAT12. And mortgage rates are at their highest levels in 20 years. This adds yet another hurdle for first-time home buyers. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has a look at what you can do to try to lower your mortgage rate.
The cost of buying a home is getting even more expensive. The average rate on a fixed 30-year mortgage is now 7.09%. That is the highest it's been in 21 years and is up from around 5% at this time last year. The Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes are a key reason that taking out a home loan is now more unaffordable, especially for first-time home buyers. At today's rate, the monthly payment on a roughly $400,000 home loan averages about $2,800. That same monthly payment would have allowed you to buy a $670,000 home just 2 years ago. One thing you can do to try to lower your mortgage rate is to shop around, apply for the loan with multiple lenders. Lender Freddie Mac says that can end up saving you up to $1,200 every single year. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Another school district in the area considering closing or consolidating campuses. San Antonio ISD holding another meeting this evening. They will present what they call their right-sizing study to parents and staff. It's happening at Burbank High School tonight at 6. Although the district hasn't named any schools they plan to shut down, the idea already getting some mixed reviews.
If I had the choice, we would stay the way we are. I'm actually for it. I want my kids to have a good education.
The district has more than a dozen community meetings planned through September 18th, and that is when the district will present a preliminary list of closures or consolidations. Community feedback will be accepted through October 30th, and a final recommendation will be made November 13th. Any changes will be implemented next school year.
Trinity University welcomes about 700 students back to campus for move-in day. University, faculty, alumni, students, and Leroy the Tiger welcomed incoming students this morning. Traffic was controlled by University police and families drove up to designated unloading zones. Students in the incoming class represent 32 states and 27 countries. The students moving in are excited to explore the campus.
Meeting new people, making new friends. This was one of the largest applicant pools we've ever had, one of the lowest acceptance rates. It was really competitive, really strong GPAs, test scores, class ranks.
Trinity University reports receiving more than 11,400 applications and accepting more than 3,200.
Metro Health is hosting a community-wide baby shower for expectant mothers and their families this weekend. The baby shower starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It'll run through about 2 in the afternoon. Takes place at the Quintero Community Center that's on Hiawatha Street. In addition to the shower, the family-friendly event is also going to include opportunities to learn about Metro Health services and have fun activities for kids, food demonstrations, and a lot more. You can find more information on KSAT.com. Hey, still coming up, we're going to break down the Spurs' schedule for this season.
The deadly wildfires on the island of Maui have destroyed hundreds of homes. I'm Melissa Adan. Coming up, we have an update on the federal response.
Authorities in Hawaii canvassing what's left after those massive wildfires.
More than 1,000 people still unaccounted for, and at least 111 people confirmed dead so far.
ABC's Melissa Don with the latest concern that this disaster have been avoided.
As questions mount in the devastating Hawaii wildfires, a stunning resignation. The head of Maui's emergency management agency, Herman Andaya, stepping down, citing health reasons. This comes amid growing scrutiny over the decision not to activate Maui's siren system. Andaya defending that decision, saying the protocol is to use sirens only during tsunami warnings, not during fires.
The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event that the siren is sounded. Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone Mauka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire.
It's the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. The cause still under investigation. President Biden and the First Lady heading to Maui on Monday.
They want to make sure that they deliver a message of support, that the federal government has been and will continue to be there for the people of Maui for as long as it takes.
Meanwhile, the governor of Hawaii ordering the attorney general to review critical decision-making policies and the actions taken as search efforts continue for the hundreds still unaccounted for.
This fire was moving like a freight train. People could not drive fast enough to outrun it, much less run fast enough.
ABC World News Tonight anchor David Muir traveling by boat to the shore of the incinerated town of Lahaina. A captain who responded the night the fires broke out, getting emotional.
You can see that people had no place to go other than the water or the one road out of town. I mean, they were trapped. Sorry.
Hawaii's governor says he's planning a statewide address tonight in which he'll discuss the rebuilding process as well as the search and recovery efforts. Melissa Don, ABC News, Maui.
Outside with live cam, and you are looking at Cabo San Lucas there on the west coast of Mexico, and that is Hurricane Hillary.
Yep.
Part of Hurricane Hillary.
Yep, definitely seeing the waves out there as well as those ominous skies. Category 4 hurricane right now, actually going to move northward and bring some rain to Southern California, especially by the end of the upcoming weekend and into early next week. All right, we still have to talk about, yes, some tropical activity in the Atlantic, which we'll do in just a bit, but I briefly want to show you the pollen count for today. Molds are low, pigweed is low, so that's good, but a quick update on the aquifer. Today's reading 625.7, down 0.4 of a foot and over 30 feet below where we should be when compared to the August average. This is actually the lowest reading since 1990, 33 years ago. We've got more details on that up on our Whatever the Weather page on KSAT12. Could we see some rain chances early next week? We'll get you those details after the break.
It's Friday, so you know this is going to be fun. SA Live, so let's take it down to Market Square. A little preview of what's going on.
Let's check in with Jen for the question of the day. Happy Friday, Jen.
Hi, good to see both of you. Tiffany, David, yes, our question today, it's a fun one. What was your first job? So I wanted to ask you two.
Uh-oh.
This is always fun. Good talker.
My first job that I got paid was mowing yards. My first job that was a real job was I drove a school bus in high school.
This is the best, yeah.
What?
Yes.
An amazing one.
In South Carolina, the students drove the school buses in the mid-'70s, and I got paid minimum wage, which is about $2.86 an hour.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a story right there.
That is, I will never forget that about you, David. What about you, Tiffany?
Retail at the mall. That
Retail.
was, that's the way to go.
Yes. Okay, mine was SeaWorld. Okay, yes. Scan the QR code. Serving ice cream, Shamu snacks. Yeah. Scan the QR code right there, and we will share your answers on our show. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
All right. That drove a school bus.
I love that story.
What'd you do, Mia?
Retail as well. Worked at a boutique in Floresville in high school, which was fun. Got to see all the Floresville folks come in and out all the time.
Was it at the mall in Floresville?
Oh, the huge mall that we have in Floresville. No mall in Floresville, but it was very fun, that is for sure. What is not so fun is the heat that we still have to contend with over the next few days, at least into the weekend. And then if we can find some tropical moisture and yes, maybe a few rain chances early next week, it's possible that the added cloud cover that comes along with that could maybe hold our temperatures down below 100 for the first time this month. We'll talk about that and that possibility in just a second. Today, we've got a forecast high of 105 here in San Antonio. We will reach another triple-digit day. This will make for the 20th consecutive triple-digit day. Right now, we're actually going to tie the record for the top spot, highest number of consecutive 100-degree-plus days tomorrow, and then surpass that as we head into our Sunday. 95 right now here in town, same off to our southeast in Kennedy. It's already 97 in Cotulla, stretching over to Del Rio. You can see most of us just seeing plenty of sunshine out there as we head into this Friday afternoon. Expected to hit the century mark already by 2 p.m. with more sunshine in place, 105 by 5 o'clock. So it is going to be another toasty day. And then if you're stepping out for any of those Friday evening plans, very similar to what we've seen the past several days, thermometers gradually fall through the low triple digits, eventually into the 90s later on this evening with clear to mostly clear skies in place. And it also will be a little breezy out there later on this evening as well as those temperatures start to drop off. 106 in Floresville, 105 in Seguin, 104 in Canyon Lake, 105 that forecast high temperature for places like Hondo, stretching over to Utopia. And as we continue on, you can see that the triple digits will still be with us into this weekend, then even into Monday with a forecast high of about 103 degrees. But if we can find those slightly better rain chances and that tropical moisture to move back in, it is possible that we don't climb above 100 degrees, especially next Tuesday and into Wednesday. So let's talk about the latest update with that potential change. High pressure still in control of our weather pattern today, and that will still be the theme tomorrow and into Sunday. But watch what happens into early next week here on your Futurecast. It starts to move farther up to the north, and then that is going to open the door for that tropical wave that we've been talking about to move into the western Gulf of Mexico, and yes, potentially even slingshot some of that deeper tropical moisture into at least parts of south central Texas. Right now, if we can find that, again, still some question marks. We've got about a 40% potential for some isolated to widely scattered rain Tuesday and into Wednesday. But let's talk about some of the uncertainties that we still have in place. What we know, that disturbance will enter the Gulf on Sunday. Rain will hit parts of Texas on Tuesday. But what we're still watching for, exactly what part of Texas will get the rain, and also some organization. Is it possible that that could strengthen a little bit over the warm waters of the Gulf? National Hurricane Center is monitoring it. It still is a very low potential for some tropical development before it does move closer to the western Gulf coastline for us here in Texas and into Mexico. It's also going to come down to where that high pressure is positioned. Farther north would allow it to maybe move into parts of South Texas, but farther south means that it would steer it closer to Mexico. So still a lot to fine tune in the coming days. We should get a clearer picture of that this weekend. So definitely check back in on that in the coming days as well. Until then, just gear up for more heat for any of those weekend plans.
Even though there's a lot of questions, I still really like that 40% right there.
Me too. We'll definitely take it for now.
Thanks, Mia.
A former NFLer back home and giving back. And a small school, but playing some big-time volleyball coming up.
Man, what y'all wearing on the first day? On the first game day? That all white, them all whites, huh? We had to bust y'all down to all white cleats, man. We had to bust y'all down to all white cleats.
How about that? That is Ramon Richards, a product of East San Antonio and recently retired pro football player, back home with a big surprise. He's outfitted the entire Sam Houston High School football team with brand new cleats right before the start of the season. And that's not the last donation from the former star either. Richards is a Breckenridge alum, makes a point to give back to athletes from his home city with football camps, mentoring, and, of course, new swag.
They crispy white, you know, go with our uniform. We wear it a lot. We like all white, so it matches perfectly.
Yeah, I needed their attention first. I knew they wouldn't listen to me unless I brought something. No, I'm joking. But the main thing is to give to them, and then, you know, give them a message. Anything I can do to inspire them, and just if I can just change their trajectory towards their future just a little bit, you know, that's what I want to do. And not only inspire them, but if I can inspire them, I've inspired their siblings and their parents and whatever that may be.
That's really motivation, because we never had that before. So that's really motivation to push harder, have a good season.
That is so awesome. This is just a piece of what Richards is doing for local athletes. Next, he plans on opening a community center in inner city San Antonio. All right, to the court. Girls high school volleyball. Antonian College Prep is off to a great start this year. They're 9-2 already. They started a tournament in Braunfels yesterday. They defeated big dogs such as Clark, Brandeis. That's no easy task. Last year, Antonian finished 36-12 overall, advancing to TAP 6A state semifinal. Facing big-time schools is exactly what this team needs as they prepare for a very tough district and another deep playoff run.
I think it's really good for us and important, just the fact that we've seen all of these UIL 6A teams and we're beating them, and just the fact that this is great practice for us going into district and what we're going to see for the future at state.
I feel like it also gives us a grasp of how to play in certain situations. They have some really big hitters, and that's things that we're going to see coming up in the future. So I felt like it gives us some good preparation, and playing together as a team is always an opportunity for us to create better chemistry with each other. So that's something that we really enjoyed.
Yeah, that's one of the keys. Coach McClure says they're not relying on just one person this year. It has been and will continue to be a team effort. Spur fans are going to get to see rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama play his first NBA game at home to start this NBA season. The Spurs released their 2023-24 regular season schedule, and the Spurs will have only 19 national televised games. That's the Wemby effect. That's a lot of games compared to the one last year. San Antonio will open the regular season October 25th at home. They'll take on the Mavs and Luka Doncic. Their first road game is October 29th at the Clippers. They'll face the NBA champion Denver Nuggets on the 26th on the road. And the Spurs are going to host Boston 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve. What a party night that's going to be. They're going to open the 2024 season on the road at Memphis. The 9-game rodeo road trip takes place from February 7th through the 27th. There's a break in there for the All-Star game after 5 games. And the Spurs are going to close out the regular season April 14th at Detroit. And, of course, yes, they're going to play 2 games in Austin again this season, the 15th of March and then the 17th of March. Denver first and then Brooklyn. And they'll play those once again at the Moody's. And remember last year, the Austinites came out big time. A lot of folks from San Antonio went up there as well, but Austin loved to see the Spurs play. So we'll see what happens this year.
I have a feeling all these games are going to be packed.
I think so. Yeah, they're selling some season tickets quick. So
now there's more coming up. It's a popular vacation destination, and apparently bed bugs love it too. Which Las Vegas Strip hotspots had customers bugging out?
Thousands of people suffer from cardiac arrest each year, and many of those cases are deadly. But there are steps you can take to avoid a tragedy. The 3 things before a cardiac arrest emergency. Coming up.
Former President Donald Trump now says he won't be holding a press conference next week. He was planning to unveil what he claims is new evidence of fraud in the 2020 election in Georgia. However, he now says his lawyers advised him not to do that, posting on social media that his lawyers, quote, would prefer putting this in formal legal filings, end quote. Meanwhile, Trump's defense team is requesting that his trial in the special counsel's 2020 election interference case be pushed to April 2026, citing what they're calling an overwhelming amount of evidence. The judge will hear from both sides on that matter in a pretrial hearing set for August 28th.
Back here in Texas, the new details in the impeachment filings against Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The new filings released Wednesday by State House impeachment manager allege Paxton used burner phones, a secret email account, and an Uber alias to communicate with a controversial donor. They say it shows the links Paxton allegedly went to in order to help real estate investor Nate Paul and cover his tracks. The Texas House of Representatives impeached Paxton in May for alleged misconduct. He denies the allegations and has called them politically motivated. Paxton's impeachment trial is Texas Senate expected to begin next month. Governor Greg Abbott's border buoys are making headlines again, and federal court filing says the majority of those floating barriers were put in Mexican territory. Texas has previously claimed constitutional authority over the deploying of those buoys. Now, U.S. and Mexican officials are talking about how to proceed. The Justice Department sued Texas last month, demanding the buoys' removal. A hearing in that case is scheduled for next week.
A manhunt is over for a suspect accused of shooting a Harris County Sheriff's deputy in the Houston area. The incident triggered a blue alert across the state. The Harris County Sheriff says the suspect, Taryn Green, was taken into custody around midnight. During their confrontation with Green last night, 2 other law enforcement officers were shot. However, the sheriff says those officers are in good condition today. Earlier in the day yesterday, authorities took the second suspect in the case, James Green, into custody. In a statement on Twitter today, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez commented about the arrest, saying, quote, "Incredible work by Harris County SWAT, and our negotiators appreciate the assist by Houston Police SWAT and all our public safety partners. Well done."
Outside with live cam, you see a little temperature, the little thermometer down there in the corner at 12:05.
Oh, did you make a note?
I did. At 12:04, it was 94 degrees.
See?
So how many minutes is that? 30 minutes?
Yeah.
It went up 3 degrees
On the
already?
dot. 30 minutes on the dot.
Ooh, ain't wasting no time, are they?
Nope, another triple-digit day on tap. And of course, yes, we still do have a little bit of the humidity in place right now. So we do have a heat index value, but later on this afternoon, that's going to drop off just a bit more, and that's going to help out. But of course, it is still going to be another scorcher of a day. Take a look at our dew point trend. We'll see that drop off, and yes, that will help because you can see with those yellow numbers there next to the actual air temperature, which are the white numbers, those heat index values a few degrees hotter. So it actually feels like 98 right now with an air temperature of 95 over at the airport. It feels like 101 in Bulverde, 102. That feels like temperature out east in Gonzales, actual air temperature there about 94. But that will help out with that uncomfortableness later on this afternoon. But it is still going to be a day to stay hydrated if you have to be outside. Of course, picking up the kiddos from school and stepping out for any of those Friday evening plans, getting ready to kick off the weekend. 105 by 5 p.m. Then notice by 8 p.m. barely making it down into the upper 90s. We should still see those clear skies in place. And of course, it will get a little breezy as well. By the way, I know we were talking about consecutive triple-digit days earlier in the newscast. Let's talk about triple-digit days as a whole. Today will make our 53rd triple-digit day so far this year. We're just going to keep climbing, though, over the next few days. 104 tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, and then 103 Sunday and into Monday. But after that, if we can find some tropical moisture and a few rain chances, it's possible we don't get up to 100 by Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, plus the fire danger that stays high this weekend in just a few.
Seven well-known hotels on the Las Vegas Strip are being reported for having bed bugs in the past couple years. That's according to records from the Southern Nevada Health District that are now public. The hotels include Caesars Palace, Planet Hollywood, Circus, Palazzo, Tropicana, MGM, Grand, and Sahara. Most or all of the facilities have protocols for prevention and treatment and appear to have promptly addressed the problem. Experts say guests can check for bed bugs by turning off the lights and using a flashlight to inspect beds and sofas.
More than 356,000 people suffer cardiac arrest outside of the hospital every year here in the U.S., and up to 80% of them die before reaching the hospital. According to the American Heart Association, using an automated external defibrillator, or AED, can significantly increase chances of survival, but you have to know how to use it. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on what a doctor says you need to know before there's an emergency.
It can happen in an instant, and a person in cardiac arrest needs help right away.
You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes from the person fainting till the AED restores a normal rhythm before you are likely to sustain brain damage.
Dr. Naomi Cortez with Nationwide Children's Hospital says she sees all too often the consequences of people not knowing what to do.
In the last year, I have had patients who have fainted at school. The AED was around the corner. Nobody used it, and the child died.
That's why she says it's critical to know 3 things before a cardiac arrest emergency. First, people need access to automated external defibrillators so they can be used. They need to also be able to get to them quickly, Cortez says, within 2 minutes of any place in a building. Finally, people need to know how to use the AED, be comfortable getting it off the wall and putting it on the patient. She says the device will do the rest.
The minute someone faints, and they don't wake up, somebody should be calling 911, somebody should be doing CPR, and somebody should be getting that AED.
A person may be in cardiac arrest if they collapse suddenly, pass out, aren't breathing, or are gasping for air, don't respond to shouting or shaking, or if they don't have a pulse. Cortez says running drills every year can help get people prepared just in case. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The doctor also says that cardiac arrest can be caused by structural problems or abnormalities in the heart, but she says it's impossible to screen for all things that can cause the dangerous condition. For example, a heart infection or a hit to the chest can also cause cardiac arrest, and that's why she says it's always good to be prepared.
A local librarian has a way with words, and it led her to champion status. How she's making San Antonio proud, competing against other Scrabble lovers.